All right, testing mic 1 2, testing mic 1 2. So as you're watching, please let me know if I'm audible enough. Before we begin, let me know if I am audible enough. Let me know if I am audible enough. Otherwise, good evening, excellent biology students. Hope you're doing fine, and I hope you had a wonderful day. So please let me know if I am audible enough before we continue with this live class. Let me know if I am audible enough. Are you able to get me? Are you able to hear me? Am I audible enough? Can you hear me on your end? Let me know if I am audible enough so that we can quickly start. Monica, of course, I'm able to hear you, sir. All right. Okay. So, meaning I'm audible enough, which is wonderful. So, let's just wait for others to join. Someone said they were unable to join the link, the one which I sent. So let's just wait for others to join, and then we can start with our live class. So in the previous live class, when I last went live, we were looking at diffusion. Okay, so we're going to progress from that in this live class. So this whole week, like I announced, it will just be a week of live classes. Okay, so this week I will just be going live, and I'll also focus on giving feedback to the assignments. And then we're going to have our end of month test this week. So make sure that you study, okay? Because this week we're going to have our end of month test, which is very important. It's very important for me to collect data and to see whether we're progressing or not. So this week we're going to have our end of month test. And then next week, November class is going to start. So this week for most groups like science, math, um, they are on a break, okay? And then they are going to resume classes next week. But for biology, I feel this week I have to go live to cover up for the previous weeks. Yeah, so that's what's happening. That is what's happening. So I hope I'm audible enough. Good evening, Talent Banda. Talent Banda. Good evening. Let's just wait for others to join, and then we're going to start. Okay. So I think we can start. I think we can start. I think we can begin with this live class. So in our previous live class, we were looking at diffusion, and we defined diffusion to be a process by which particles move from a region of high concentration to a region of lower concentration. Okay, of which there are factors that are going to affect the speed or the rate of diffusion. We talked about temperature being one of the factors, talked about diffusion surface, talked about size of particles. We also talked about concentration gradient. So I hope we remember these things. When it comes to biology, you have to be repeating, okay? For you to remember what you are studying, you have to use the principle of repetition. You have to repeat. So if you study something, make sure that you repeat. Do not expect yourself to remember everything concerning the topic that you've studied. You have to repeat for you to retain the information. Okay. So always use that principle of repetition. Repeat. When you study something, repeat. Okay. Repeat. That's how we learn when it comes to biology. That's how you become good with biology. So if you have issues of forgetting what you study, just use the method of repetition. You'll find it easy for you to remember what you were studying. Okay. So in today's live class, my focus is on osmosis. Okay. My focus is on osmosis. So in tonight's live class, I am going to introduce what osmosis is, of which we watched the tutorial videos, and I know that we've got an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm going to introduce osmosis, and I'll also introduce the topic, the solutions that have got an effect on a plant cell and an animal cell. So those are basically the objectives for this live class. I will look at osmosis. I'll talk about the effects. I'll introduce the solutions that have got effects on a plant cell as well as an animal cell. Okay. So to start the live class, I'll pose a question because I know we know these things. What is osmosis? We learned osmosis in week 2. So what is osmosis? This is when I expect my students to be participating in the live class. What is osmosis? Let me just resend the link to those that are having issues to join the live class. But I have left the question, what is osmosis? Okay. So I hope the link that I've resent in the group will be able to help our fellow students. So we've got an answer there. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. This is true. This is actually true. Excellent, excellent. I like your answer. One more, and we move on. 10, 10, 10, 10 now. One more, we move on. One more comment. What is osmosis? What is osmosis? What is osmosis? What is osmosis? We already have one definition from Natasha. What do others say? What is osmosis? Okay, so we've got another answer. The answer is osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of from a region of higher to a region of lower water potential, has been introduced water potential. Okay, water potential. So I'm going to explain more on that. But I think for now, the two definitions that have been given are enough. So, osmosis. What is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of higher water potential to a region of lower water potential through a selectively permeable membrane. Okay. And then when you're looking at osmosis, we're just focusing on water, the movement of water. Water is moving. Okay. It is moving from where it is highly concentrated, which is a region of high water potential, to where it is less concentrated, which is a region of low water potential. So water is simply diffusing, okay? Moving from a region of high water potential, going to a region of what? Low water potential. I've got another answer here. I've got another answer from Monica. Monica is saying osmosis is the movement of water molecules from the region of high water potential to the region of their lower potential through selectively permeable membrane. Your answer is also correct. I've got another one from Peter. What is Peter saying? Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from the region of higher water potential to a low water potential through a semi-permeable membrane. That is also true. So as I was explaining, water is simply diffusing. It is moving from where it is highly concentrated, which is a region of high water potential, to where it is less concentrated, which is a region of low water potential. Now, when we're talking about water potential, what is water potential? According to the definition on the screen, it is saying water potential is a measure of the capacity or tendency of water molecules to move from one solution to another. So the tendency or the measure of the tendency for water to move from one solution to another. For me to make it clear to you, or how I would define water potential, these are just molecules, okay? The amount of water molecules in a solution. That is water potential, the amount of water molecules in a solution. Okay, that's how I would define water potential, the amount of water molecules in a solution. Now, if we've got a solution that has got a lot of water molecules, and then we've got another solution that has got less water molecules, then between the two solutions, the one with a lot of water molecules will be considered have high water potential than the one with low water molecules. Okay. So imagine we've got cup A and cup B. I want you to imagine. Okay. Imagine we've got cup A and we've got cup B. Now, in cup A, there's a solution. In cup B, there's also a solution. Now, in cup A, there are 5 water molecules. In cup A, there are 5 water molecules. And then in cup B, there are 8 water molecules. B, there are 8 water molecules. Between the two cups, between cup A and cup B, which one has got high water potential? I want to see the answers in the comment section. Between cup A, which has got 5 water molecules, and cup B, which has got 8 water molecules, which one amongst the two cups has got high water potential? Those who are watching, please confirm if I'm audible enough, because I'm seeing there's a comment in the group saying that I am not audible enough. Just let me know if I'm audible enough. As you are watching, please just let me know if I am audible enough. Okay, so we've got Peter who is saying cup B. Okay, Forrester is also saying cup B. So Monica, cup B. Okay, so if you look at the two cups, cup A has got 5 water molecules. Cup B has got 8 water molecules. Therefore, cup B has got high water potential because the amount of water molecules in cup B are more than the amount of water molecules in cup A. So if we were to join these two cups together and then we introduce a membrane in between them, water molecules are going to move from cup B going to cup A, because osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of high water potential to a region of low water potential, which in this case, cup B has got high water potential, cup A has got low water potential. Therefore, water molecules will move from a region of high water potential, which is cup B, to a region of low water molecules, which is cup A. Okay, so that is water molecules. It is simply the amount of water molecules in a solution. So if we say a solution has got high water potential, that simply means it has got a lot of water molecules. But if we say it has got low water potential, then it has got less water molecules. I hope we understand that definition for water potential. So distilled water has the highest water potential because obviously it has got the highest number of water molecules. So it has got the highest water potential. So the more concentrated a solution is or becomes, the less its water potential. What does this mean? So concentration of a solution is as a result of a solute. So a solute, my students, a solute, if we're talking about a solute is anything that dissolves in a solvent. So a solvent is anything in which a solute can dissolve in. For example, water is a solvent. Water is a solvent. Sugar can dissolve in it. So sugar can dissolve when you put it in water. Therefore, sugar is a solute. Water is a solvent. I repeat, sugar or salt, these are what? Solutes. And then water is a solvent. Now, if you put sugar, okay, let's say you put 1 spoon of sugar in water, then you have formed a solution. When you get water, you put in 1 spoon of sugar in water, then you have formed a solution. So a solution is made up of a solute and a solvent. A solution is made up of a solute and a solvent. Water is a solvent, sugar is a solute. So if you put 1 spoon of sugar in water, which is a solvent, then you have formed a solution. Now, we are saying that a solution which is highly concentrated, it has got low water potential. What does that mean? This is what it means. When you get water, let's say you put 5 spoons of sugar in that water in a cup. Water in a cup, you put 5 spoons of sugar. Then you get another cup. Let's say, okay, let me paraphrase this. Okay, imagine. I want you to imagine. Imagine we've got cup A and cup B again. Okay, we've got cup A and cup B. In cup A, there is water, which is a solvent. In cup B, there is also water, which is a solvent. Now, in cup A, imagine we put 5 spoons of sugar in cup A. We put 5 spoons of sugar in cup A. And then in cup B, we put 7 spoons of sugar. In cup B, we put 7 spoons of sugar. Okay, in fact, let me just change. In cup B, let's say we put 2 spoons of sugar. Yeah, cup B, let's say we put 2 spoons of sugar, and then in cup A, 5 spoons of sugar. So we've got two cups, cup A and cup B. And then in cup A, we put 5 spoons of sugar. In cup B, we put 2 spoons of sugar. Between the two cups, which one can you say is too sweet? Cup A or cup B? If in cup A we put 5 spoons of sugar, in cup B we put 2 spoons. This is too sweet. hivi vina sugar ya mbili hivi. This is too sweet. Is it cup A or cup B? Because when it comes to sugar, if you buy sugar, if you are the one who is buying sugar, yeah, 2 spoons of sugar or 1 spoon of sugar is enough. With our economy, just 1 spoon of sugar. Yakwana. It's too much. It's too much. Yakwana. But buying sugar, Simamveka, I don't know why. Like if you're the one who didn't buy the sugar, when you put in 1 spoon of sugar, Sizamveka. 2, Simveka. 3, Ndepe yambo mvekako. 4, Yamveka manje. But if you're the one who is buying sugar, just 1 spoon of sugar, in fact half, is Amveka. So we can all agree that cup A is too sweet, isn't it? There's too much sugar in cup A. In cup B, it's not that sweet compared to cup A. Cup B, it is not that sweet compared to cup A. So meaning cup A is highly concentrated with sugar. It is highly concentrated. Cup B is concentrated, yes, but not as much as cup A. Therefore, if we test cup A, we test the solution in cup A, and we notice that it is too sweet, what are we going to do to make it less sweet? What are we going to do to make it less sweet? I want to see if we are thinking. If we say, cup A, muliviruga vambiri, and then you want to make it less sweet or less concentrated. So Peter is saying, add some more water. You will do what? You will add some more water. You will add some more water. Why? Because it is too sweet. I'm sure we've all been there. You are making tea and then there's too much sugar. So what are you going to do? You will add more water, isn't it? Why? Because the water molecules are low. That is why you're adding more water. The water molecules are low. Therefore, cup A, which has got 5 spoons of sugar, and it is highly concentrated, it has got low water potential. That is why we are adding more water molecules in cup A. Vambongena? Understand? So cup A, which has got 5 spoons of sugar, it is too sweet. To solve that problem, we are adding more water. Why? Because there is low water potential in cup A. That is what this statement is saying. The more concentrated a solution becomes, the less its water potential becomes. Are you seeing that? The more concentrated a solution becomes, the less its water potential becomes. All right, so having explained that point, let's continue. A selectively permeable membrane can allow water molecules to pass through because of their small size, but cannot allow soluble molecules to pass through because of their big size. Okay. Yeah, there was a diagram which follows. So this diagram simply explains how water molecules are able to pass through cell membrane, and then large solutes are not able to pass through the cell membrane because of their size. So water molecules, they've got the size of water molecules, they are small. Therefore, they are able to pass through the cell membrane, okay, because the cell membrane has got small holes. So obviously, it is selectively permeable. By selective, it means it allows some substances to pass through, okay? It allows some substances to pass through it. So only substances that are small in size will be able to pass through it. But for solutes or solubles, they can't, okay? They can't pass through the cell membrane. Okay. So yeah, we can continue. Now, what we need to understand is that the cells, the tissues, the organs, the systems, They can be exposed to three kinds of solutions. Body tissues, cells, these they can be exposed to three kinds of tissues. Okay, they can be exposed to three kinds of tissues. Your cells, my cells, body cells, even plant cells, they can be exposed to three kinds of tissues. Now, what are the three kinds of tissues that a cell can be exposed to? So, the three kinds of solutions that you need to know are hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, and isotonic solution. Hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, and isotonic solution. So, these are the three kinds of solutions that cells can be exposed to: hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, iso hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, and isotonic solution. Now, we need to understand these solutions. By the way, what you need to know about these solutions is this: there is no specific solution that we can point at and say, maiona in the hypertonic solution and it is green in color, or this one is hypotonic solution and it is blue in color. These terms, hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, isotonic solution, they are more like categories. And different solutions can be in different categories depending on the concentration of the solution. I think I have to say that again. For every solution that you're going to encounter in your life, it can either be hypertonic, hypotonic, or isotonic. The category it belongs to is dependent on its concentration. So if tomorrow morning you take tea, you drink tea, that tea that you're drinking, it can be hypertonic, hypotonic, or isotonic. The category that tea belongs to is dependent on the concentration, on its concentration. And if you compare that concentration to a cell, that's what you need to know when it comes to these solutions. Okay? I think I have to say that again until it sinks in. If you buy juice, fruticana, um, you buy whatever juice you can think of, whatever juice you can think of. If you buy that juice, right, or tea or zigolo, right, that juice it can either be hypertonic, hypotonic, isotonic. Now, if it is hypertonic, what does that mean? If it is hypotonic, what does that mean? And if it is isotonic, what does that mean? That's what we're trying to understand. So I'll pose a question. What is a hypertonic solution, my excellent student? What is a hypertonic solution? What is a hypertonic solution? And I'm sure the definition is there. Let me do this. What is hypertonic solution? Okay, we've got an answer. Hypertonic solution is a solution with low water potential than a cell. This is someone who is studying. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Think I'll just get that answer. So hypertonic solution, it is simply a solution with low water potential, meaning it has got low water molecules. And if a solution has got low water molecules, that simply means it is highly concentrated with a solute. Remember cup A, where there were 5 spoons of sugar. We said there is low water potential in that cup, meaning there is too much sugar. Okay, so if a solution has got low water potential, that simply means it has got more of a solute. There's too much of a solute, of which an example of a solute can be sugar. So hypertonic solution is a solution with low water potential. But another one from Natasha. Hypertonic solution has higher concentration of solute outside than inside. Okay, so yeah, it has got more of a solute. Hypertonic solution is highly concentrated with a solute. Just like the example I gave for the cup, there is too much sugar, meaning the concentration is high. It is highly concentrated. So hypertonic solution, you can say it is highly concentrated. And if it is highly concentrated with a solute, that simply means there is low water potential. Okay, excellent. What of hypotonic solution? What of hypertonic solution? Let me just read one more from Monica. So hypertonic solution is a solution in which concentration is this. Now, what of hypotonic solution? Hypotonic solution is just the opposite of hyper. Hypotonic solution. Yes, Monica, yours is correct as well. Yours is correct as well. Let me just read it again. Hypertonic solution is a solution in which concentration is higher than the concentration inside the cell. Yes, it's correct. It's correct. For hypotonic solution, it's a solution with higher water potential, okay, than a cell. Excellent. Hypotonic solution is a solution with high water potential than the cell. That is hypotonic solution. So, for example, distilled water can be classified to be a hypotonic. Okay, so if a cup you put in 1 spoon of sugar, and then you notice that the water molecules in that solution you have formed are more than the water molecules inside the cell, then your solution becomes hypotonic solution. Okay. What is Monica saying? Hypotonic solution is a solution in which the concentration is lower than the concentration inside the cell. That is also correct. That is also correct. So the concentration inside the cell, you find that it is now high, but the concentration outside, it is low. Okay, that is correct. Hypotonic solution is a solution in which the concentration is lower than the concentration inside the cell. So the concentration inside the cell is higher, then the concentration outside the cell is lower. Yeah, that is also correct. That is correct. That is hypotonic solution, my excellent biology students. The last one is isotonic solution. What is isotonic solution? Isotonic solution. Isotonic solution, which is the last kind of solution that a cell can be exposed to. Isotonic solution. We got an answer from Monica. Isotonic solution, it's a solution with equal concentration with a cell. So when you look at isotonic solution, the concentration is equal. Okay, when you get the solution which is isotonic, and you look at the concentration of isotonic, and you also look at the concentration of the solution inside the cell, they are equal. Okay, they are equal. Yeah. So those are the three kinds of solutions that a cell can be exposed to. Those are the three kinds of solutions that a cell can be exposed to. Okay. So yeah, we've defined what osmosis is, and we've also looked at the three kinds of solutions that a cell can be exposed to. So in tomorrow's live class, which is going to be the final live class over this topic, we're going to look at the effects of these solutions, and we're also going to look at active transport. Then we're going to end with this topic. And then Wednesday, we're going to proceed to look at enzymes, okay, which is another topic that I want to teach on these during these live classes. So, as I always announce, when it comes to biology, you really have to be committed. And I think I'll send a voice note in the group to just share my thoughts concerning, participation and everything. You really have to be committed to studying. Okay, studying is what will help you when it comes to biology. And then I'm also creating a website. I'm sure we are all aware of that. This website is launching this week together with the November group. Okay. And on this website, there'll be materials, there'll be past papers. I did share a link of which, if you check, you'll be able to now download past papers. Okay. And I'll still continue adding more past papers on the platform. But for now, it will only have past papers from 2021 up to 2025. But with time, I'll be adding more past papers, 2016, 2017, 2018, just like that. I will also add the syllabus for biology. So we know what we're doing, okay? You have to know the syllabus. You need to have the syllabus. So that will also be uploaded on the website. And the beauty about this website is when we proceed to the next month, so right now, we're going to start the November class, right? When we go to December, the videos that were posted in November, as well as the assignments and the answer sheets, they'll be on the website. So if you still want to have access to what was previously taught in the previous months, then you can have access to the website, to those materials, to the tutorial videos, as well as the assignments that were posted together with the answer sheets. So I'm really excited about this website. This is my first time creating a website and owning a website. So yeah, I hope it is going to be something which is going to be helpful to you, especially when it comes to materials. Yeah, so make sure that once the website is up, it's out, I mean it's launched, utilize it. Utilize it. At the end of the day, you just have to utilize whatever you are receiving. Okay, this is what is going to help you succeed in your academics. So I can end here for tonight. I can end here for tonight. Unless there are questions, feel free to ask. If there are no questions, then I can end here for tonight. Okay, if there are no questions, we can end here for tonight. All right, my excellent students, let me just send a VN in the group and then we can call it a day. All right, have a good night.